Hello there, you're now with me, Handy Gui, for TVS English News at 5. Let's get to the headlines. Tan Sri Dr. Wan JUNAIDI Tuanku Jaafar today was elected as the 19th DEWAN NEGARA President. The appointment of the former minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Parliament and Law comes into effect on June 18th, replacing Tan Sri Dr. Rais Yatim, whose tenure ended on June 16.
The appointment was made after Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim nominated Wan JUNAIDI, who is also the sole candidate proposed for the post.
Saya Wan JUNAIDI bin Tuanku Jaafar setelah dilantik sebagai seorang ahli Dewan Negara. Dengan sesungguhnya bersumpah bahawa saya akan dengan jujur menunaikan kewajipan-kewajipan jawatan itu dengan segala daya dan upaya saya, bahawa saya akan menumpah taat setia yang sebenar kepada Malaysia dan akan memelihara, melindungi dan mempertahankan perlembagaannya.
During the previous administration of Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, Wan JUNAIDI served in the legal portfolio from 2021 to 2022. He also served as Dewan Rakyat Deputy Speaker from 2008 to 2013.
Malaysia moves up to Tier 2 watch list in the U.S. State Department's annual Trafficking in Persons or TIP report 2023. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Fadila Yusof said that the move from Tier 3 to the Tier 2 watch list indicates the efforts of all parties in bringing the country's position to a better level.
Walau bagaimanapun, berdasarkan laporan US Trafficking in Person 2023 yang baru dikeluarkan oleh Jabatan Negara Amerika Syarikat pada 15 Jun yang lalu, kedudukan Malaysia telah melonjak ke tahap 2 pemerhatian ataupun Tier 2 Watch List. Saya percaya hasil kerjasama dan usaha semua pihak, kedudukan Malaysia telah berada di tahap yang lebih baik. So, kalau dalam memastikan para pekerja dapat bekerja dalam persekitaran yang selesa dan terjamin kebajikan mereka, pelbagai usaha telah dilakukan oleh pihak kerajaan dalam menguatkuasakan akta kerja yang berkaitan bagi mengelakkan berlakunya amalan perburuhan tidak sihat.
He said this at the Agri-Commodity Dialogue session on Monday. According to Fadila, based on the report, Malaysia remains at Tier 3 in 2022, following minimum efforts made by the government agencies in addressing the issues of human trafficking, migrant smuggling, and forced labour, including in implementing enforcement. The assessment of human trafficking carried out against 187 countries, including Malaysia, includes aspects of prevention, prosecution and protection of workers in all countries relating to labour affairs.
Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak officially launched its Diploma of Early Childhood Education program, marking a significant milestone in the field of education. The first intake for this program is set to commence in September of this year. And Sarawak Minister of Women, Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development, Datuk Sri Fatimah Abdullah, expressed her enthusiasm for the newly introduced curriculum and emphasized that the program will provide a platform for early childhood educators to attain a world-class level of expertise and knowledge.
Or the emphasis that we put on is on innovations among teachers. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sidang hadirin yang saya hormati sekalian, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Swinburne for, after 3 years journey, during the MCO included, that finally today you are able to have this, to offer Diploma of Early Childhood Education to be it our local students or be it from outside Sarawak. So congratulations for the hard work. It's not easy. Making sure that you will be able to fulfill all the necessary qualifications needed so that the students who take up this particular diploma in early childhood education will be able to work not only in Sarawak but also overseas. That is very, very important. So that is something.
She said this in her speech at Swinburne Sarawak's launching of DC held at the Hive Design Studio, Swinburne Sarawak campus on Monday. Meanwhile, Pro-Vice Chancellor of Swinburne Sarawak, Professor Lau Hing Ho, acknowledged that the ministry's goals for early childhood education align with Swinburne's focus on industry and community engagement.
Swinburne, we believe in cooperating and partnering with the ministry for our aspiring and in-service teachers with a pathway to world-class international education. We not only benchmark ourselves with the best in the local industry, but we also adopted Australian state-of-the-art ECE curriculum to our Sarawak context, so our students can get the best of the two worlds.
The program, which can be completed in as little as 2.5 years, will include 2 practicums in the Taska and Tadika settings. Also present at the launch was KPWK Head of Early Childhood Development, Salina Bujang, President of Association of Kindergarten Operators Sarawak, Jason Kong, and Swinburne Sarawak Discipline Leader for Diploma of Early Childhood Education, Ting Mi Ling. Commenting further on the appointment of former Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Parliament and Law, Tan Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar, as the 19th Dewan Negara President, Fatimah stressed that the selection was of the best choice.
The right choice. He will make a very good speaker for the Dewan Negara, based on his experience and then also his knowledge on proceedings in the Dewan, because I think he was also once appointed as a speaker, but it was for the Dewan Rakyat. Experience and then knowledge, he's the right qualification, and in terms of his stature within the Dewan as well as outside the Dewan and on an international platform. So he's a very credible candidate, and we are very happy for him and very proud of him as well. And he's willing to come back to work, he said, although he has actually retired, but he's willing to do it as a national service. Very exemplary man.
Thank you for staying with us. In an alarming cybercrime targeting couples preparing for their special day, authorities are raising public awareness about the emergence of wedding scammers. These fraudsters employ deceptive tactics, posing a significant risk to unsuspecting victims' personal data and digital security, using Android package files or APK disguised as wedding invitations.
Scammers are employing simple yet deceptive methods by sending WhatsApp messages requesting recipients to download an invitation. This alarming scheme targets unsuspecting victims, enticing them to install an APK files under the guise of receiving a digital invitation card, urging victims to click and install the file to access the digital invitation card. However, the consequences of downloading and installing these seemingly harmless files are far from innocent. Once installed, these files proceed to collect personal information stored on the victim's device, including contact lists, financial data, and even login credentials. As such, police have advised the public not to be easily fooled by dubious offers on social media platforms and to report their encounter to the National Scam Response Center at 997. They can also contact the Commercial Crime Investigation Department CCID Scam Response Center at 0326101559 and 0326101599 or send a WhatsApp message to the CCID info line at 013-211-1222 for advice or to channel information regarding online crime cases. For the record, APK is a file format used by the Android operating system for the distribution and installation of mobile apps, usually via Google Play Store. The APK files allow the sender to steal data from users' mobile phones, including users' TAC number, which allow them to make unauthorized banking transactions.
The Selangor State Assembly will be dissolved on Friday, June 23rd, just 2 days before its term concludes on June 25th. Sultan of Selangor, Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah, has signed the proclamation of the dissolution at the Istana Alam Shah this morning, hence paving the way for state elections to be held.
Earlier, Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Amiruddin Syari had an audience with the Sultan of Selangor to seek His Highness' consent to dissolve the State Assembly. Selangor is among 3 states under Pakatan Harapan (PH) that will hold their state election this year, with the other 2 are Penang and Negeri Sembilan, which have announced that they will dissolve their state assemblies on June 28th and 30th respectively. Speaker Ng Swee Lim will inform the Election Commission about the dissolution of the 14th term of the Selangor State Assembly. Meanwhile, polls must also be held by August 23rd, within 60 days of the date of dissolution. With the dissolution of the Selangor Legislative Assembly, all state seats will fall vacant. The Selangor Executive Council will also be disbanded, and as such, Amiruddin will assume the role of caretaker Menteri Besar. Also present at the ceremony were Raja Muda of Selangor Tengku Amir Shah Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah, State Secretary Datuk Haris Kasim, Selangor State Assembly Speaker Ng Swee Lim, and members of the Dewan Diraja Selangor.
Now on to some global updates. SpaceX has launched a new Indonesian communication satellite into orbit from the United States on Monday, the country's largest telecommunications satellite. The $540 project intended to link up remote corners of the country to the internet.
It is reported that roughly 2/3 of Indonesia's 280 million population already use the internet, but connectivity is limited in the far-flung, underdeveloped eastern islands of the Southeast Asian country. The Falcon 9 rocket, topped with the Satria-1 telecommunications satellite, lifted off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida, soaring into the early evening sky at 6:21 p.m. EDT after a 15-minute delay due to high winds. Satria-1, short for Satellite of the Republic of Indonesia, will be operated from the Indonesian government by the Indonesian company PSN. The satellite will occupy the orbital slot above Indonesia's eastern Papua region. It has a throughput capacity of 150 gigabytes per second and will provide internet access to 50,000 public service points. The project is a public-private partnership between the government and Indonesian satellite service provider PT Satellite Nusantara 3.
That's all the time we have for TVS English News at 5. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching.